Welcome to Ask Alex Anything, the video blog where you can ask me, Alex, anything you want to about religion. Sue from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania posed this question. As Christians, does God's grace require more of us than simply paying dues and occasionally occupying a pew for 75 minutes every Sunday? In my previous entry, I talked about how the idea of grace is that even though you absolutely do not deserve forgiveness, you've been given it anyway. No strings attached. Sue is basically asking, as Christians, how are we expected to respond to God's grace? Well, on one level, we aren't expected to do anything. God's forgiveness is given freely, and there's no expectation by God that you'll ever be able to do anything to repay that forgiveness. But on another level, the experience of that forgiveness should motivate you to want to change those things about yourself for which you had to be forgiven. In other words, if nothing changes once you've been shown forgiveness, and you continue to live the way you always have, then that forgiveness is cheapened. We call this cheap grace. Cheap grace is when you accept all the benefits of forgiveness while accepting no personal responsibility for your role in what needed to be forgiven. Take my example from the previous video about the gambling addict. If he continues to gamble after the forgiveness of his debt, then he transforms that forgiveness into cheap grace. However, when one experiences true grace, the desire for change is what will result naturally, because forgiveness of that magnitude is unquestionably life-changing. This is called costly grace. Costly grace is when you recognize that someone other than you had to sacrifice to fix your situation. In our previous example, it was the bank president who sacrificed and absorbed all that debt. In Christianity, we believe Jesus sacrificed so that you could be forgiven of your sins. The truth is, if you've truly experienced God's forgiveness, you'll want to do far more with your life to show your thanks to God than simply pay your dues and sit in the pews for 75 minutes every Sunday. Thanks for the question, Sue. And as usual, keep sending in your questions to Ask Alex Anything or come visit us at pinestreet.org. Until next time, bye-bye.